Gonna be getting undressed in this video. I don't know if that's a good thing. Hey Spuds, what's up? How's it going? Thank you for clicking on this video, and today I'm gonna be talking about my tattoos. I'm not the most tattooed person in the world by any means whatsoever. It's just that I have a few and people ask about what they are all the time. I have talked about them in videos today. I also have had more tattoos since the last time I spoke about it, and I'm gonna talk about things I've never talked about before in terms of my tattoos, and I'm gonna be answering your questions about like my current tattoos, my future tattoos, any regrets, blah blah blah. Am I gonna get face tattoo, anything? You guys asked some weird questions. But to start the video, I'm gonna go for like the top 4 questions, which were: how many tattoos do I have? What are they of? What do they mean? And when did I get them? So I'm basically just gonna do a little show and tell of my tattoos and explain all those things about each one. And then we're gonna get on to answering your questions. I hope this video is interesting. All of my tattoos are on my arms and upper body, and I'm now realizing it was a bad idea to wear layers because I'm just gonna have to take them off anyway. I might as well do that now. I'm gonna start at the beginning with my first tattoo, just as soon as I get undressed. Also, I really like this t-shirt, Better Together. I love that message. It's huge though, like it's so baggy. Anyway, I don't know if that messed up my hair, I can't see. I thought I had my glasses on. Okay, people who wear glasses, do you ever take your glasses off to do something, or if you don't need to wear your glasses all the time, and then you just automatically like go to push them up or like just hold them in some way and you just poke your face? I do that all the time. I've done that in public. I've just been like this and been like, oh, no glasses. Anyway, this video isn't about my glasses. My first tattoo was this one. It is a treble clef, and I got it a long time ago when I was 16. I will tell you that story in a minute, not a good idea. And I will explain the meaning, but I need to show you my second one, which is on this arm, same place, and it's a bass clef. And this was my second tattoo, which I got a couple years later. It's really cliche. Basically, just music in my childhood is an incredibly fond memory. It's something that I've bonded over with my dad a lot. So these tattoos are kind of like symbolic of him. He's like hugely into music, has like a massive record collection and everything. I've played instruments since I was about 11. I am not very good at any instruments, but I really enjoy playing instruments. So like I can play a bit of clarinet, saxophone, drums. The next tattoo I got, I will take my t-shirt off now. Hold on, let me just think, is this the next tattoo? I can't even remember the order correctly. Okay, I'm pretty sure the next tattoo I got was this one. I'm like 99% sure. And I got this one on my 1 year on testosterone. It's a transy type tattoo. It's a moustache, but it's also a mask to symbolize where I've come from, where I'm going, blah, blah, blah. I feel really weird explaining the meanings. But yeah, is my transition related tattoo. Then I got this one here. It's a ginkgo biloba leaf, and this one is kind of for my mum. So my mum is a botanist, she's a professor in botany. That means she's into plants, because botany is like plant science. I was like, Mum, what's your favourite plant? And or like tree or whatever, and she was like, ginkgo biloba, and she told me the story about it, and it's very cool. And so I got the leaf tattooed on me to like, I think I got it done on Mother's Day, or very near to Mother's Day. I was like, ta-da, happy Mother's Day, Mum. How many tattoos do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 tattoos. I maybe should have mentioned that at the beginning. The next tattoo I got this on, I actually got this on like Guy Fawkes night, so like bonfire night, a couple years ago now. And it is the dinosaur here. Ta-da. And it's basically an origami velociraptor. Everyone thinks it's a T-Rex, it's a velociraptor. This one is for me. It's not transition related, it's related to my anxiety actually. I watched Jurassic Park as a kid. It gave me major fear. I had to sleep with like a light on and like the door open a bit, and I don't know why I slept with the door open a bit, because my fear was all about a velociraptor opening my bedroom door. So maybe I was just like, oh, well, if it can just sneak in, it can eat me before I wake up and then I won't be scared. I don't know what my thought process was as a child, but I was terrified of velociraptors. I had many sleepless nights thinking that they were going to eat me and but then as I got older, actually dinosaurs and Jurassic Park and Jurassic World became something that I was really into, and it didn't scare me at all. I just really loved it. I used to be scared of dinosaurs. I'm not anymore. It's made of paper because our fears can be fragile and overcome. Ta-da! So it relates to my anxiety about kind of doing my best to overcome anxiety and fears that are holding me back. The next one has been on show the entire time I've been shirtless, and it's this one here. And this is probably the one I get asked most about what it means, because everybody's like, why do you have Roman numerals on your chest? What does the number 17 mean? Some people get it right if you have followed me for a while and you know about my relationship, but a lot of people assume it's to do with my transition and like it's the age I started testosterone, because it is. But it's to do with my fiance, Shaba. Her favorite number is 17. It means a lot. A lot of stuff has happened at age 17 and to do with 17. Some of it deliberate, some of it accidental. We got together when we were 17. We got engaged on the 17th of September 2017. That was very deliberate. I planned that. And yeah, just the number 17 kind of follows her. So this is kind of like an equivalent of getting a name. But I was joking. I was like, well, it's easier than a name, because if we ever break up, I'll just say it's the age I started testosterone, and it's a transition tattoo. Not that I think we're gonna break up, but it's just a joke, really. Anyway, the most recent tattoo I got is also my smallest and probably one of the most painful ones. It's on my wrist, and this tattoo is related to doing YouTube and being into not just YouTube, but like photography and like doing stuff with cameras. That sounds so bad. But just this whole kind of like online sphere and my interest in photography and everything. It's based on an old style Olympus pen, like the Olympus pen film cameras, because I bought myself one like years ago. It was like one of the first cameras I bought for myself, and it's just got the little play button inside, which is kind of nod to YouTube, but also like video stuff as well as just photography. So yeah, those are my tattoos. We're now going on to the Q&A portion of this video. I can get dressed again. Say goodbye to the nipples. I don't think you could see them anyway. Never mind. Say goodbye to the chest hair. Are we ready? Would you ever consider getting a bigger piece? Yes, most definitely. I am currently planning a half sleeve for the top of my left arm. To date, all of my pieces have been very small, mostly line drawings. The dinosaur one is by far the biggest and the most detailed, but it's not even big or detailed. So yeah, definitely planning on getting a bigger piece. Also, do you like my new phone case? It says Nugget Lover. It's so ugly, but I love it. And the nuggets rattle, listen. Any incoming ones that you're excited about? I'm currently planning, I was gonna say 2, but I'm actually planning a lot. I have, like, my brain is just full of tattoos that I want to get, but I'm not getting onto it quick enough. The next one I will be getting will be in the same place as the dinosaur, but on the other arm, and it's gonna be like the first one to start off like the half sleeve pieces. I'm also planning on getting one to, like, I don't know what the right word is, like commemorate or like remember my dog who passed away earlier this year. So I want to get a little tattoo. I know exactly what I want to get, I just need to draw it up. Do you want to cover your scars or not? Because I don't anymore. It's something I thought about. So like, because I'm trans and I had double incision top surgery, I have scars that run like the length of my chest pretty much. They faded so much, and I quite like having my chest not tattooed. Like, I like the little one on my chest, and I would consider getting another small one on my chest area, but I'm not into like a huge chest piece. So I think maybe even if I did want my scars covered, I wouldn't, because I personally don't want a tattoo like that. Somewhere on your body that you'd never get a tattoo. My stomach. I got an injection on my stomach once, like a anti-clotting thing, and it's just put me off the idea of having any needles. Like, I can barely even be tickled there, and it just, because it feels uncomfortable. So yeah, my stomach. When did you get your first tattoo? Okay, this is where I tell you the story about getting a tattoo when I was 16, which is not old enough. Wouldn't recommend it. I don't like regret it because I like the tattoo still, but it wasn't done by the best place, so it's I'm definitely gonna go get it like reworked at some point, because they shouldn't have been tattooing. It was like at a proper place and everything, but they shouldn't have done it. Are you gonna get I love this question. Are you gonna get a tattoo of Shaba's face once she's your wife? Yes. For the day after the wedding, I've booked in to get Shaba's face on my butt. No. I personally don't like portrait tattoos for myself. I definitely wouldn't get a tattoo of a partner's face or anything. Just, it seems a bit too much. That's a great question. Are you ever gonna get a Jammidodger tattoo? Okay, right. No, for 2 reasons. 1, my channel name Jammidodger is not actually anything to do with the biscuit Jammidodgers, and 2, I don't actually like the biscuit. So, any regrets? No, probably just that, like, I wish I'd waited a bit longer to get my first tattoo so I could get it done somewhere better, where they did a better job of the tattoo. Not that I regret the tattoo itself or the placement or anything, although I do feel like this area on forearms is like prime tattoo real estate, and Sometimes I'm like, did I waste it? But then I'm like, I don't think I would want to be heavily tattooed past my elbows anyway, so I quite like having the little ones and then keeping the heavier tattoo for my upper arms. Do a stick and poke of my initials, please. I said please. No, I'm sorry, I'm good. How do you decide on what tattoo you're gonna get, and how are you sure it's the right one? I have a process, like I have the tattoo in mind that I wanna get, it's all drawn up, blah, 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 and then I put the design away for a while, I look at it periodically, and then it's about a year after I first decide I want the tattoo that I will book it. That's what I've done with every tattoo actually, even though I got my first one really young, I designed it a long time before I got it, and I sat on the design for a long time. Like, not literally sat on it, that's weird. I had it sitting about, and I just kept looking at it, and I was like, do I still want it? Yes. 6 months later, do I still want it? Yeah, okay, right, I'll book it. Which tattoo hurt the most? What do you plan on getting next? Would you like to have your arms covered? Okay, which tattoo hurt the most is a tie between the ginkgo leaf on my ribs and the camera on my wrist. This one like stung, like it's so tiny, but I was like, oh my god, I want this one to stop. And then one of my ribs was just like, ow. So they hurt in different ways, but I'd say they're quite comparable to me. What was the next bit of this question? What do you plan on getting next? One for my dog, and I've got a couple other ideas, and definitely start working on the half sleeve. Would you like to have your arms covered? Partly. Pain. Yes, tattoos are pain. Some places hurt more than others. My forearms and my dinosaur one hurt the least. Anywhere where the skin is not like exposed as much, or it's more delicate, or it's thinner, is gonna be more painful, or places where it's over bone is gonna be more painful, but like generally tattoos hurt. Like, I way prefer getting piercings than tattoos. What was your most painful tattoo, and did anything embarrassing happen in the parlor? Lol. I've covered most painful. Nothing embarrassing happened, but like, this is TMI. I'm not generally a really sweaty person. That like, there's something about the pain of getting a tattoo mixed with a bit of anxiety and the adrenaline that just makes me sweat. Whenever I get ones, like I can feel like the sweat dripping on my armpits, or if I'm like lying down. So like the last time I got a tattoo, which was this one, I was like sitting and like had my arm out, my back was against the chair, which was covered in this like blue paper towel stuff. And when I got up, there were just like 2 circular sweat patches where my armpits had been. And I was like, oh, can you get rid of that really quickly, please, before anyone else sees? So yeah, nothing like hugely embarrassing, like I've not fainted or shat myself. Not that either of those things are embarrassing, like stuff happens, it's bodies, you know? Shit happens. Wow, this video feels like it's been very long. I'm sorry. I hope it's been interesting enough to keep you entertained, and thank you so much for watching it. I hope you've learned more. I will continue to make videos about like my tattoos. That came out weird. I'll continue to make videos about my tattoos as I add to them and stuff, and I might do another Q&A in future because there's a lot of questions that I didn't get around to answering. Thank you so much for sending them in. Thank you so much for watching this video, and yeah, if you liked it, maybe think about giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you want to, but no pressure. And I'll see you next time, guys. Much love. Bye.